Ladies and gentlemen, where do I even start? This man is... How old is he, man? How old is Tom Cruise? It's like 60 something. 62 years old, dude. 62 years old. And he's still here doing his best, giving it his all towards every film that he's in. Thomas Cruise Mapother. The fourth. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, official trailer. Let's peep. This man is insane. He is fucking insane. Hold on. I gotta, is the quality? Yeah, let's enhance that, please. Holy shit.
This can't all be true.
Gotta see this in IMAX. Gotta see this in IMAX Dolby audio, bro. IMAX Dolby audio. This is gonna be amazing.
This can't all be true.
Every word.
How it all started. How it all started.
CIA Black Vault break-in. Am I reading this correctly?
A scene emulated in so many movies. Timeless. A timeless shot.
Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him.
W run.
He gassed a security briefing. That was just 2 months ago.
Oh shit.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here.
My boy got that look. My boy got that
This
look.
explains the handcuffs. It's
Look,
still not.
look a nigga in his face when he walk in. He don't give a damn. That's Ethan Hunt. That's Ethan Hunt.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here.
If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him.
Should he choose to accept?
Did you see that shot?
Deal with him.
Should he choose to accept?
Look at that. Oh my gosh. You know, he probably did like 5 takes to get it just right. They probably said, we got it in the first take. We don't want you freeze down there. He said, nope. We go until it's perfect. I don't want it just right. We go until it's perfect.
Smart people on every side are close to panicking.
Don't type it up Patreon right now
What
and let's
exactly?
run this movie marathon.
Oh my God. It's fucking, what's his name from Severance? I don't trust this nigga in anything now. I don't trust this nigga in anything now, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You typecast in my mind.
Are close to panicking.
What exactly is your plan? Your team has been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised.
Everything you are, everything you've done.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I've got goosebumps. I've got goosebumps, bro.
Everything you've done has come.
Chat, I literally want to go to the movies just to see this trailer in the theaters. Oh God, I do.
Everything you've done has come to this.
You gave him an aircraft carrier?
Oh my God! Alexa.
You've done. It's come to this. You gave him an aircraft carrier?
Our lives are the sum of our choices. If this was your calling,
Damn.
your destiny, I have no regrets.
Luther!
Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I am there, dude. The fact that he's still like doing all this shit and it's like, oh my gosh. So this is like officially the last one then. It's gotta be. They're showing flashbacks to all the other fucking movies and shit. Holy mid, yeah, that shows that you just don't know nothing about anything. Hold on, there's also something I want to see. Tom Cruise presents Christopher McQuarrie with CinemaCon's Director of the Year award, by the way. Director of the past few Mission Impossible films and other films. Someone told me about this, but it wasn't the actual speech. I need to hear that straight. I need to see it straight full of my ear. Shut up. 15 minutes? What are you talking about? Shut up. Listen to the king when he talks.
Please welcome to the stage the one, the only, the legendary, my friend Tom Cruise.
Yo, this crowd is ass. These niggas not hyped enough, bro. These niggas not hyped enough, bro. He deserves a standing ovation off site.
It's a real honor to be here. Now, I'm here to introduce Christopher McQuarrie, who is the Director of the Year. Now, McQ, as I like to call him, he's not one for hyperbole. He's not one to...
They're producers, not fans. As producers, you should be a fan. As a producer, you should be a fan of the GOAT, of a nigga that you would want to produce for. Fuck is you talking about? All I see is haters, jealous that they can never produce for him. That's what it is.
Pat himself on the back and openly discuss his extensive and invaluable contributions to cinema and to every single artist that has been lucky enough to work with him. Like the legendary producer Irving Thalberg, who never took credit, once said, "Credit you give yourself is not worth having." But that is why I'm here today, because I want to give
credit you give yourself is not worth having.
Credit to where credit is due, to an exceptional artist. Now, I want you to know there's no way that I can fully communicate everything McQ has done in this short period of time that we have today. But I'm going to do my very best to cover a few highlights and just give you a concept
I'm listening.
of who he is and
take your time,
what he
bro.
does and what he has done. And most of you probably know that McQ and I have been working together for a very long time. And here's a shot of us on the set of Top Gun Maverick, which he not
Excellent film, by the way, Mr. Cruise.
only wrote, but he co-produced. And of course, here we are in the photo of our very first film together, Jerry Maguire. I swear to you, we'll be out places and they'll come up and go, "I loved you and Jerry Maguire," to McQ. I swear to you. So I was like, this is... Anyway, obviously, that is the wonderful Jonathan Lipnicki.
Shout out Jonathan
McQ's
Lipnicki.
always so gracious. He goes, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate it." Doesn't want to embarrass them, okay? Anyway, seriously, here he is at 26 years old when he won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for Usual Suspects. Now, at that age, yes, please.
Boy, I had the hoop earring in. Okay, I see you.
Most people are still finding their voices at that age, but McQ had already written a film that changed the cinematic landscape. The Usual Suspects, it redefined the crime thriller genre, and obviously it is an all-time classic. And I followed McQ's career from that moment on, and of course, all of his different writings, his directorial debut. But it wasn't until Valkyrie that I had the opportunity to meet him in person. A screenplay that he wrote and he was set up and lined up to produce. So I had him come over, we met in LA, we met in my screening room, and we spent hours together talking about movies. And from that meeting, I knew that he was an artist that I was going to work with the rest of my life. I absolutely knew that. That he was a creative brother who shares the same love and passion for cinema That he understood
I'm not putting
that it
2
is
times speed.
not what we
Listen.
do, but that is creating films, that it's who we are. And Mission Impossible was the very first film that I ever produced, okay? So I studied movies. How do I make successful films? How do I create this kind of environment? One of the things with Mission Impossible that I realized right in the beginning is that, you know, you allow geography to inform the motion and action as we're developing characters. And these films, they're a puzzle, they're a Rubik's Cube that are made under compression and under intense pressure. I mean, they are deceptively challenging films, and it utilizes every skill in filmmaking and as performers. And when I was making, you know, Ghost Protocol,
Woo!
I knew that I had great geography. I had amazing set pieces, an amazing cast. I had Brad Bird at the helm. You know, we'd shot in Prague. I had Dubai, the tallest building in the world. I couldn't wait to climb that, you know, and we'd already shot this. That was a lot of fun, by the way.
You did good.
So, now at this point in the film, I'd already shot most of the action, but I knew that I did not have the structural foundation yet. And Brad Bird and I were going back and forth trying to crack it, you know, trying to find reasons why I'm moving from point A to point B and flesh out characters' dynamics that were just not coming together to my satisfaction. And look, this happens when you're making movies. You know, you're constantly challenging your story and you're discovering your film. I mean, films just, you know, it's not just there on the page. They're a living, breathing thing that you just have to constantly stay on top of and discover. So we were a good way through filming, and I called McHugh. You know, I was like, man, please, you got to come and help me, you know. He came on set immediately, and I was actually standing there with Simon
When
Pegg
does
and
the
Brad
fucking
Bird,
stream start?
and we were shooting the
I didn't
scene.
sign up for a glaze fest. It's stripping out your mouth, buddy.
Shut up, bro. I'm trying to listen.
Holding up the quote. We were good.
I see why ImDOntai likes this guy. Holy yap, like we get it, buddy, wrap it up.
Continue. Sorry.
Way through filming, and I called McHugh. You know, I was like, man, please, you got to come and help me, you know. He came on set immediately, and I was actually standing there with Simon Pegg and Brad Bird, and we were shooting the scene. Holding up the gloves that I'm about to climb. I'd already shot all the action, the Burj, but I'm about to climb the Burj. And we're going back and forth. The scene's like, you know.
I am solely sending this donation to interrupt
up,
this
you know,
snooze
I see
fest.
McHugh over there, and I said, you know, come on, honey, you arrived to set. And there's Bird and Peg look at me quizzically, like, who's this guy, as we're trying to write this scene.
Ooh, quizzically. I like that word. Hold on. I'm gonna have to add that to my voice box. Like, it's like confuzzled, you know, confused. I like that. Quizzically. I don't know how to spell it, so I can't find it.
Scene back and forth. And I didn't tell him that he was actually there to write the script. I just said, look. I was like, I quickly just introduced everyone.
I didn't say he made the word. I'm saying that he said a word that I have not heard used. So it's part of I'm gonna add it to my vocab.
And
you seem quizzically stupid. Or I guess I'm gonna figure it out.
And I explained
quizzically
to McHugh very briefly. And I just said, okay, there's a blue light and a red light. The blue means the gloves are sticking, and I'm able to stick to the wall, and the red means I don't stick. Now listen, without hesitation, McHugh goes, oh, well, blue is glue, red is dead. And then he proceeded to write the entire scene that we shot, like that. And I'll never forget Brad Bird, very, very talented writer, director, and Simon Pegg, talented actor and writer in his own right. They looked at me and was like, who the hell is this guy? And I just said, that's McHugh. So McHugh spent the next few days just writing on set, and here's a picture of him, you know, with Brad Bird as he's writing.
Hey chat, since our streamer is currently away, suffering from a sore jaw, let's play trivia. Who is your favorite Marvel superhero?
You know, untangling the rest of our structure and laying the very foundation for our entire film, really in short order, okay? Now, you have to understand that he would write the scenes and we would shoot them immediately. Now, Christopher McQuarrie is the uncredited hero of that film. All right, it was a big hit for all of us, for Paramount, and put Skydance on the map. So next we went on to Jack Reacher. You know, his cool aesthetic and sharp wit is very evident in that. And again, we worked on Edge of Tomorrow, working with the brilliant Doug Liman. You know, yes, a time-traveling alien film. Okay, I mean, the most challenging structure.
Amazing film!
And the most sophisticated kind of storytelling. Working not only as a writer, but providing tremendous work and advices in the editing room, okay? Now, he did the same thing with us on American Made, as well as Top Gun Maverick and just so many other films. And while we're working on Edge and preparing the next Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, with McHugh at the helm as the director, he provided on the side, and again, uncredited, his invaluable talents to World War Z. Now, he restructured the entire film, wrote it, overseeing the edit and all the pickups, just while we're prepping everything else. And once again, to extraordinary effect and ensuring the tremendous success of that film with my friend Brad Pitt for Paramount Pictures and Skydance. Which, by the way, Brad's got the movie Pitt Formula One with Jerry Bruckheimer and Joe Kaczynski. I can't wait to see that movie this summer. I'll be there opening weekend.
Can't wait to see your movie. I'll be there opening weekend. You're
great
awesome.
To see Brad driving.
Can't wait to see you running.
He's very good.
You're
very good driver. Believe me, I've raced against him.
You're a good runner.
Yeah, when we were doing Interview with the Vampire, we'd go and race go-karts against each other. We'd literally finish and then go drive go-karts all night. And he was a hell of a driver.
Ah, man, I believe it.
He was. So
I believe it.
From there, we went on, you know, many, you know, different adventures. Okay, Rogue Nation.
Woo!
Okay, Fallout.
Woo!
Okay, that's literally on the plane. You know, I'm about to jump out, and of course, Top Gun Maverick. Now, I don't have time to cover all the adventures, but I'll take you to 2019, where Paramount Pictures basically came to us and said, "Please make 2 epic Mission Impossibles." Okay. And then in 2020, we were preparing filming in Venice, Italy. And we were there, and the global pandemic hit. We were in post on Top Gun Maverick. We were there in Italy, literally, you know, ready to roll. We could not progress filming without Christopher McQuarrie and his family's commitment. Heather, who's here today, thank you. Gigi, Wilhelmina. You know, I want you to know I love you guys, and I am forever grateful, because we could not have commenced. And we could not have continued without your all's consent.
That's why your shit didn't read out.
Of the importance of continuing these films. And McHugh did it. And he didn't do it for personal glory, not just to make a film, but truly in recognition of the responsibility that we have for others, for our industry, in recognition that to lead is to serve. We were able to keep people working safely throughout that time period, keep creating, keep educating our industry and countries on how you can continue to film, to create with and during such a devastating time.
Magical!
Now, these obstacles, these challenges, these sacrifices, okay, we all experience these very much so in our own ways, in our own personal lives. But in spite of these barriers, because of Christopher McQuarrie, we were able to keep that show on the road. We were able to deliver Top Gun Maverick to theaters, and these 2 Mission Impossible films that he wrote, directed, and produced in the face of being shut down several times due to the pandemic and 2 industry strikes. This man forged through it all and was able to create epic adventures for global audiences with the most complex, the most complicated, and the most daring practical action sequences that are literally have ever been filmed in cinema history. So Christopher McQuarrie, McHugh, you are not only my dear friend, my creative brother, director of the year, you are an artist for all time. You are a modern-day Thalberg. You are our modern-day Thalberg. You are an asset to every artist,
Tom Cruise
studio,
here.
and global
Love your
audience
work, man,
that you live to
but
serve.
your chat can suck a fat
Ladies
dick.
and gentlemen,
They will never
let me
amount
introduce
to
you to
anything I've
Christopher
ever done,
McQuarrie,
and it
director of
shows.
the year.
Get your life up, not you funny up bums. TC out. Peace sign emoji.
Tom Cruise, if I could say something, if I could speak freely, I would just like to tell you that you're actually an amazing, amazing actor, in your own right, and I feel like you should be getting the praise. Guys, while I have you here, round of applause for Tom Cruise, everybody. Round of applause for Tom Cruise, yes. Tom Cruise himself, man. I mean, we talk about the directors, but let's talk about Tom Cruise, right? Round of applause for Tom Cruise!
Tom knows I really cannot stand compliments. He's enjoying this immensely.
Yes, I am.
I've written this down, and I'm going to make a mess of it. I have several people to thank. In the
I
first
have you on my TV.
It's Tom Cruise.
My bad. Oh, sorry. I turned it back on. My bad, bro. I didn't know I was on the TV, dog. You're not Tom Cruise, buddy. Sorry. Keep making the movies, okay? Keep directing the movies. I'll keep watching. You're no Tom Cruise, buddy. I did not come to see what you got to say. Chat. Before we move on. Tom Cruise, the last movie star. Let's really, really delve into why this is just such an important moment and why he should be given his flowers right here, right now.
It's May 27th. A new movie about fighter pilots undergoing training at a naval academy has just been released. An actor named Thomas Mapother Cruise, Tom for short, is witnessing not only his biggest opening...
Okay. We're done.